What's up, fellow collectors, and welcome back to another episode of Screen Time with KerbRider, i.e. me. This is the second Wednesday of the month, so that means we are in for the physical media rundown for the month of July. And once again, joining me is my good buddy and Babble brother. I don't know why I'm saying Babble brother, but Mr. Shane Hoffmann, the Hunter, is back in the house. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good, Adam. The Hunter, I like that.
He does. Yeah, you could see. I could tell by the smile. You like it when I say call you the Hunter. And it's good. I'm going to stick with that. Yeah. How you
Always,
been?
always hunting.
Oh, it's hunting. You had a good month. It's back again, chatting. Another month down. We're into
I know, I know,
the,
right?
a new financial year in Australia, and yeah, the days just keep ticking by. We've got a lot to talk about this month. It is going to be a bumper episode. I've got a lot of new rumors and confirmations of stuff coming to the country, including a lot of new steelbooks and a lot of talking points as well. So. Without further ado, I guess we'll be. Oh, we've also got a new segment which Shane brought up before the show, so we'll get to that when we get to that as well. So let's see how prepared we are, and let's see how prepared you are to listen, because it might be a couple of hours. So tune in and sit down and enjoy your train ride or enjoy your walk, whatever you're up to. So thanks for tuning in to everyone too. And on that note, actually, my first talking point is I do want to thank some of the listeners out here for shouting us out on socials and on the various forums and on Instagram and on Facebook and that. Well, you know who you are, and we really appreciate it. And thanks for interacting with me. I love that you're sharing us. And getting us out there and known a bit more, because as you know, we do have the goss, that's stuff that's coming to this country, and not everything turns out to be 100% accurate, because these we do work in an agile environment with the physical media releases, and some things do change, some dates get pushed back, some movies do come, they get announced and they're removed because of other reasons. But for the most part, I think we're pretty much on the money with the stuff that we get. And yeah, so yeah, thanks for tuning in, and yeah, keep letting people know, because we need this show to get up and running and properly. It's been going for almost 2 years now, Shane. Can you believe? So you know,
I was just thinking about that. I'm like, I
yeah,
think September will
yeah,
be
will be 2 years.
September, October will be 2 years,
Mm,
and
mm.
it's gone super quick.
It has been a yeah, it has. And look, the show is growing, and I'm not saying that we're lagging behind or being bad, but it is growing, and it'd just be nice to have it grow more. And because people need to know that where to get the hot gossip, where to get if you're interested in what's coming out and what's coming out before anyone else announces it, this is where you get it. So again, thank you to those who continue tuning in, and yeah, we love you for doing that and sharing us around. So. Um, all right. Another next talking point. Sorry, Sean, I know you haven't spoken much here, but you will get a chance. I'm sorry. But I did have a meeting through the week with my people, and yeah, it was revealed, and I did put up a bit of a post about it. But basically, the news is good. So the first 6 months of this year, and this is for Australian sales, physical media sales were up for the first 6 months, and that was the first time that has happened in 20 years. And that's largely on the back of really 4K releases, is what's driving that. High definition sales is what is really driving that. And I mean, that's a really positive sign, right? People are complaining about the prices, and probably rightly so, because everything's going up. But the fact that the medium is still growing in sales is excellent news for all of us who collect. So yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
I reckon that's pretty epic. Like, we talk about this every month, price points, what we want to see, what's coming, and to have it be at a point where it's the best in the
Hmm.
last 20 years
Hmm.
is pretty epic. I mean, we all know that, steelbooks are going to be up there. Sometimes on JB, they will be like ridiculously cheap. And then if you don't
Yeah.
get them at that price, then they bump back up. Um, but when you said that, you called me the hunter, well, that's what we
Hmm.
are. We're
Yeah.
hunting for these prices, and we're hunting for these titles.
Hmm.
And the fact that, you know, all the past 4 days, because I'm totally into vinegar, I've been
Yes.
up at 1 in the morning, waiting for deals to drop, waiting for new titles to be released,
Yeah.
and that's what we do. Like,
Yep.
Sometimes it's not our time, it's overseas time, and you've got to be up to get the worm.
Absolutely. And
So,
yeah, I think that's a really good point because a lot of us, and I had this conversation with actually a JB Hi-Fi staffer, who I talk to regularly when at my local store. And I was saying, like, I kind of seem to have spent, especially the last month or two, spent more of my time hunting movies than actually watching them. I mean, although I've watched a lot of movies, I'm still doing a lot of hunting for stuff that I probably don't need to hunt for, but it's just part of the game as a collector. And whatever you collect, part of the fun is the hunting and finding a good deal or what you've really been after for a long time. So that's yeah, maybe that would be a good name for another podcast. The doesn't matter. We could work that out at another time. But yeah, no, look, and when I say 20 years, I actually am inaccurate with that number, and because I wrote that down and then was corrected on it. It's actually been about the last 10 to 13 years that number has increased because 20 years ago was 2006 and physical media was still strong back then. But no, it's actually the first time it's shown actual growth in about 10 to 13 years apparently. And I should correct, yeah. I needed to have said that correctly the first time around. So not 20, but still positive, regardless of how you look at it. Still a great sign. My next talking point, which I definitely will get you to chime in on, is I saw a post during the week that, as everyone knows, and as I announced a couple of months ago, that All Interactive have taken over the catalogue of Warner titles from Roadshow, and people notice that the prices of those titles are going up, and a lot of people whinging about it as the internet happens to do because a lot of internet comments are knee-jerk reactions and we're all guilty of it and I know I'm definitely guilty of it, but if you sit down and think about this one for a few minutes, then you've kind of realized that the reason Roadshow lost the contract of distributing this media in Australia is because they were selling everything at a loss. Whoever was running that show obviously wasn't doing it right, and that's why they went bankrupt and lost the contract. And Warner maybe didn't want them to have it. All Interactive were the winners of that contract, I suppose, and some of those prices had to go up to what, 35, $36. I know some stuff actually came down in price, some stuff went up, and I think mostly TV shows might have come down in price, but some of the physical media went up, and that's because of the contracts that they need to run to make it profitable. Obviously, they're businesses; they want to be profitable. Some people have figured out that most of these prices are targeted with a bearing in mind that they will probably mostly be sold at a 20% off discount during sales, so they do have to account for that on a certain level as well. And if you think of the alternative, which there are two alternatives that could have happened if All Interactive didn't get it, and they are treating. I know people are hating on All Interactive for their pricing structures, but if you think about the other worst case scenarios, we could either have not have had this contract at all, and we would have had to import them like we import our Disney products, which you don't get them for 30 or $40 on a 4K ever. Like it's 50 to 60 minimum generally, and that includes and you had your import shipping on top of that as well. Or your resellers that get them into Australia and sell them at a markup because obviously they need to make a profit as well. So I'm not dissing our resellers for marking up stuff because they're doing us a favor by getting the stuff into the country in the first place. What I'm saying is that we could have lost it altogether and had to purchase through those resellers, or it could have gone to imprint via Vision, who we know what they've done with the Golden Princess titles. Most of those titles, I mean, I got a couple of, which I'll talk about later, a couple of Golden Princess titles from Amazon. They were $40. Imprint are selling those in those steelbook rigid boxes for $90, $110 type of prices. So, I mean, that's what the alternative would have been. They would have been releasing those Warner titles like what's coming out from Warner. I don't even know right now off the top of my head. Mars Attacks is coming, for example. We would have might have gotten that from imprint in this bullshit box with a heap of bullshit that we don't want for maybe $80, $90. Where in Australia we're going to get the steelbook for maybe 60, it might be 70. I mean, it's still better. It might be 50. I don't know what the prices of those are going to be, but I'm just saying that they're going to be cheaper than if we had to import them or get them through imprint. So we need to really think critically about what we're whinging about when we're talking about these pricings. And we really, as collectors, we want physical media to keep coming into the country. And if this is the best way we can do it, I'm all for it. I'm down for it. like I'm saying, it could have been much, much worse. So if you want the titles, this is for me, the best way to get them is through All Interactive because they are keeping the prices lower than anywhere else. So yeah, have at it, Shane. What's your opinions on that?
Well, I think $36 is fair. I
Yeah,
reckon that for a 4K, that's
I think it's
pretty
reasonable to,
fair because
yeah.
some of the standards that's are more than that. Like,
Mm,
a standard
yeah.
4K could be 39.95 at
Yep.
JB. Could
Hmm.
be a bit more now. I haven't been out there for a bit. Um, but for a steelbook, you're looking at $60 and up. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just what it is for a steelbook now in a 4K
Yeah.
release. And we know from, our resellers and, just importing in general,
Mm,
um, it's going to be way more than that. So
absolutely.
to pay $36 or $40, I think's pretty fair.
If you,
Because, once you start putting shipping prices on top of
yeah,
the import price, I mean,
absolutely.
we know Criterion stuff is like 70 plus now,
Mm, hmm.
and if it's not on sale, you're not going to get it any cheaper than that.
No.
It's
If you,
just how
yeah.
it is.
If you do want it cheap, you're going to have to wait a year or two before you see it on sale on
Hmm.
Amazon, and that's if it's not sold out too. So if you really want these
Yep.
titles, you want to grab them as soon as you can, and so you do pay that extra bit of a premium to ensure that you've got it as well, because FOMO is a mofo, as we say. But yeah, I mean, I've always kind of, I've done this for many, many years. Is that if you compare what you love buying and what you love collecting, and then compare the individual price to how much you earn per hour like your hourly
Hmm.
rate at work. And if you say $40 is probably around an average hourly rate, or it's not much more than, then an hour's work to get the movie that you love, then I mean, I think that's kind of reasonable. I don't know what you think about that, or if you've ever considered it that way, but it's a good way for me to think about it. As in, oh look, I've worked an hour for that. That's cool. Like, I mean, you work an hour, you buy one bag of groceries, half a bag of groceries will cost you $40 now. Like, you just go buy your basics, and that's $40. But
Hmm.
you don't hear people,
Yep.
never hear for the amount of shit talk AID you're getting about their prices, it bothers me that they get more shit than Imprint get about the prices they charge. That really bothers me because Imprint really irk me with what they do. I know Umbrella are the same company, but their prices their 4Ks, an Umbrella 4K, $55 standard all the time, right? All the time. They get a slipcase mostly. Slipcases cost us zero. Slipcase costs at zero extra cost to the cost of a disc. I know that factually. It's like 2 cents, 3 cents. So nothing worth talking about. And if we're going to start whinging about because these Warner titles have gone up from $30 for a 4K to $40, I think pull your head in a little bit if you're happy to go out there and not whinge about Umbrella or Imprint what they're paying. Um, yeah, I feel pretty strongly about that actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've talked about this a lot over the course of this
Last two
podcast,
years,
and
yes.
yeah, I mean, we're starting to get more slipcovers with
Mm,
our 4K releases. Not
mm,
everyone is going to have one, but we are getting more, which is fantastic. I know, like when they released the Avatar films, they came with
yeah,
slips, and
yep,
I remember going out to hunt them down and grab them. Um, and you know, people enjoy that little bit of extra. I mean, for
yes,
me, like I
yeah.
mentioned before, I love the different artwork. I
Mm,
love having the slip
mm.
artwork. I love having the original artwork. I love having a flip artwork. Um, I just like the variants that they come up with. And, 30 to $40, like you say, it's not a lot. And it made me think about for that time when I moved back to Adelaide and I stopped buying for a long
Yes,
time,
yeah.
didn't get anything from Vinegar. I missed titles from Vinegar, and now I'm trying to chase back up the
Yeah.
cinematography releases I've missed,
Mm.
and one in particular, and I've never heard of this film, I've never seen it, but New Rose Hotel,
Mm.
it's out of print. Like
Yep.
they
Gone.
don't have the deluxe version.
Yeah.
So for me to get that now is going to cost me 150 plus
Yeah.
online
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Whereas when it come out, if I had jumped on it, it would have
Mm.
been $70
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
65 or $70.
Yep.
So now it's going to be double or more.
Mm.
So, for collectors like us, if you want that whole set in the
Yeah.
way you want it,
Mm.
you're going to have to either get it at the time or
Mm.
get it later and pay more. So so when we're talking about $30 to $40 for these people that are having a good old whinge,
Yeah.
that makes me chuckle because some of these other releases that we're chasing to complete sets that we're collecting
Mm.
is like way more than that.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. You miss it. Yeah, exactly. You miss out, and then what do? You become a hunter, as we said, right? So that's that's what you got to do. And yeah, I mean, it's luck of the draw, right? Sometimes these the killer, Arrow released the killer um on the Golden Princess title, and that's sold out. They haven't reprinted it, the killer, and I really want that. And the version from Shout Factory is quite expensive. I'm probably going to end up having to buy the imprint version of that. That's one of the ones I really want the most of these Golden Princess, and I haven't been able to get it because I didn't buy it when it was first released, thinking it'll be around, but because all of the others have been around, but not the killer for some reason. So that's been an interesting journey for me as well. So I have to hunt that. Yeah. So look, it's an interesting topic. The pricing is always going to be something that we have to talk about. And because there's always new aspects to it. So I mean, I'm not sick of talking about it because I think they're important conversations to have. But yeah, I mean, just think about the bigger picture when it comes to these changes of what would you rather have? Would you rather be paying
Hmm.
imprint $70 for a hard box and a steel book that's within that hard box or whatnot, or a bit of a booklet that you're never gonna you flip through once when you first open it and put it back on the shelf? Like most people just want the movie. They don't want to have to pay 70 or $80 for a lot of bullshit that comes with it. So yeah, anyway, I think there's different marketing strategies when it comes out to those things as well. Anyway, pricing done with. Next big news. Sony, they have cancelled from 2028, no more physical releases of games on their PlayStation. Um, that has caused a lot of stir. They also deleted, lost the license, the rights to Lionsgate films on their digital purchases. So if you purchase stuff through Sony from the Lionsgate studio, then you don't have access to it anymore. So if there's ever been a stronger argument to buy the physical media you love, the last week from what Sony have announced has there can't be a stronger argument for that. Did you see that news? Did you see
I
reading
I've
about that?
seen the news and I've seen people posting about it and the
Hmm.
memes and everything that have come up from that, but I haven't actually had a chance to read deep into it. So I just seen
Yeah,
that Sony have been bad.
yes. I mean, I don't think there's much deep to read into it. It's just that, yeah, all their games will be digital from 2028, and no physical. Even the new copy of the physical in quotes release of GTA 6, it's coming out. It's nothing. It's just a digital code that you would then enter into your PlayStation, which is, I mean, I don't think with the size of that game, I don't think a singular disc would be big enough to carry all
Mm.
the data. Even if they put it on a 4K 100 gig disc, it's obviously a massive game, so they need more than 100 gig. So they probably need their own 3 or 4 data warehouses to probably the way that game's going to go off in its first week or month. Their servers are going to be running fucking hot as hell. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting, actually. There'll be a lot of, I guarantee there'll be complaints of this game crashing, people not being able to get on and do this and that because there's no physical. It all relies on, shit flying through the air to get to your system. So, anyway, interesting news from Sony. I don't think that's going to impact their movie physical release because they have contracts with that. That's not going to stop that anytime soon. I hope it doesn't. Sony are a pretty important company when it comes to physical media releases, but I guess we await with bated breath on how that pans out. If Sony do quit for physical media, someone else will jump on that contract anyway. So I don't think we'll miss out on the movies that we want. They'll just come from somewhere else, not Sony. Anyway, the next one, actually, I might talk about this. I might talk about that later because that'll be when we talk about what labels we have coming. There is a new label in town, and I'll start talking about that because it carries on from another label I already talked about. More will be revealed if you don't already know later in the show. We're up to Shane. Did you have any other talk? Did you have any talking points that you wanted to bring up? Anything that crossed your mind during the month you wanted to bring up?
No, not too much. I haven't really, just the one that I mentioned earlier. So,
Okay.
that little segment that we're going to slot in. So,
Yes, yeah, we'll get to that after this one, which is our transfers of the month or anything that we watched during the month that we want to recommend. So it's not just about what looks good; it's anything you watch that you want to recommend. I'll let you start because I have four that I want to talk about, and one of them you'll be
um,
proud of me.
I'm always proud of you, Adam.
Ah,
Like
okay.
you watch more movies than probably anyone I know when you start putting your stats out. Like
Yeah.
I I used to watch a lot, but
Hmm.
you
Yeah, you're
you
busy,
make
man.
me look like I don't watch anything.
Yeah, but you have a partner, you have a missus. I don't. My kids are grown up. The only thing that takes up my time is work. And then after that, I'm pretty free. So yeah. So I mean, I am privileged to be able to watch as many as I watch. So yeah. So do you have anything for the month that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I've got a couple.
Hmm.
So been getting into the Vinegar Syndrome releases that I received a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
weeks ago. Checked out the Explorers
Yes,
um
baby
the other
Ethan.
night, and that was really good. I've actually never seen that film before.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Kelly and I watched that one, and both of us had never seen it, which was weird because for
Hmm.
something in the 80s that we grew up in that period, it's not a film that I ever remember hearing about, but it was just really, really great. Just seeing those actors
Yeah.
so young, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
River and Ethan. Yeah, just mind blowing. So, and very cool to actually get the home video cut of it on
Oh,
4K
really?
as well,
Oh, wow.
not just the theatrical version. So we watched the theatrical one, um, and at another point we'll watch the home video one. So yeah, that was really good. Also watched the Tank Girl
Oh, yeah.
4K as well, and hands down, I haven't seen that in a long time, but
Mm.
I'm glad that I just held out
Yeah,
and
okay.
didn't get the other, Blu-ray releases of that
Mm.
because it was top-notch transfer.
Yeah,
Just
cool.
very bright colors, a lot
Yep.
of good pop on it, good details. It just looked really, really fucking good.
Mm.
So, that's two of the 4Ks that I've watched recently that I thought were pretty rad.
I do need to watch Tank Girl. I do have that. I think it's an imprint or an umbrella, whichever it
I,
is. I have that. Whoever released it, but yeah, I do need to check that out because I watched it once back in the day. I thought I can't really remember having any thoughts on it at all, to be honest. So I do need to check it out. Um, yeah, cool. I've got four, and as I mentioned, I won't dwell too much on them, but I did go to the cinema and watch Disclosure Day. I loved Disclosure Day. I know it's got very mixed opinions about it out there, but I thought it was fantastic. My view of it was that it's Spielberg doing Spielberg things. Like you go to a lot of music concerts, right? You go to a lot of old bands, and when you go to see a band that you have loved for 20 or 30 years, you want to go to their concert, and really listen to their hits, to their favorite songs, right? Like you go to the Rolling Stones, you want to hear them play their old classics. You go watch AC/DC, you want to hear them play Thunderstruck and all those songs that you love, not their new stuff. That's what Spielberg, that's what how I saw Disclosure Day, is that Spielberg's playing his hits. It's such a Spielbergian film, the way it's directed, there's some of the shots, some of the action, there's some of the story, the overarching themes in it about human empathy is really what ties us together and what separates us from anything else is our empathy. Otherwise, we're just evil creatures, pretty much. And that was the overarching theme of that. And a lot of people didn't gel with that. For whatever reason, maybe they're not empathetic, there's lots of reasons, okay? I thought it was great. I had a really great time. I took my son and he liked it as well. And oddly enough, my son's a pretty tough critic when it comes to films, and he walked out of it, babbling, which was good to see. Anyway, Disclosure Day. I rated it, and I'm super keen to get that steelbook when it comes. So bring that on. That'll be September-ish, I think September-ish, late September maybe. Next one I watched is one I picked up from Easy DVD a few weeks ago, Scarlet, which is an animated, a Mamoru Hosoda film, an anime film, and it is an incredible 4K. And I honestly think it's probably the best Atmos soundtrack I've ever heard in a film. And it's an animated movie. It blew me away, the Atmos on that. It's insane. So, if you have a great Atmos setup at home, I would recommend picking up Scarlet and just plugging it in, just to even listen to it. Right. I mean, it's a really good film. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot going on for it. But yeah, the Atmos was insanely good. And one of my all-time favorite, top 10 favorite movie for me of all time, I did get my The Burbs 4K arrived, the Shout Select title. And that is a fucking great 4K. That's such a great transfer. I mean, I've owned that movie on every format, and the 4K is insanely good. So, definitely worth grabbing if you were thinking about it. And the last one, the one that you'll be proud of me, I've watched the first Maniac Cop. And the 4K is great. The 4K is great. And the movie was pretty cool too, honestly. I did really like it, and I'm keen to watch number two. Yeah, it was really impressive. 4K was so good, actually. Yeah, so there it is. That's my movies of the month. See, I told you you'd be proud.
And I am. I've waited, I think, 2 months now,
Mm,
because I reckon that's when
mm.
you mentioned it. I reckon it was
Yep.
2 months ago.
Yeah.
And you finally watched it, and it was great. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, that's pretty cool. I did see um uh Brum Horror posting about that
Oh, okay.
the other day, saying, "Yep, that's great. Haven't checked it out yet, but to come out of NSM Records was good to get a 4K at least, and hopefully
Mm.
we get like a more mainstream 4K release for it, which would be really cool. I'd love, because I know Arrow actually put out the Blu-ray initially many
Ah.
years ago, on a different line for their horrors back then. It was like a white case, like a slipcase. They all had
Oh,
that.
yep.
They looked really good. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And I've heard a lot of people talking about the Burbs and how good that transfer
Oh,
is.
okay.
I mean,
I
so you saying it was incredible,
Yeah,
uh,
I've not seen anyone else
just
talk
backs it
about it
up.
actually, so that's good to know.
I need to get that.
Yeah, you
Because
do.
we've talked about getting that for, I reckon,
Mm.
this whole show.
Oh, it was one of
It's
my
come
first
up.
ones I would have said on my wish list, The Burbs, because yeah, like as you know, it's one of my all-time favorites. But yeah, so happy to see it in that format. It looks yeah, and I'll never. I mean, I've seen The Burbs. Christ, man, I'm gonna conservatively estimate between 40 and 50 times, and not once have I not laughed at Bruce Dern falling off that roof. He's just never not once just pissed myself at that. I don't, it never gets old for me. It's fantastic. And also, when Ray gets electrocuted and gets blasted into that shed with his black fingernails. It's fucking hilarious to me. And oh yeah. Anyway, there's so much I love about that movie. And I would talk about it. I should do a special show on The Burbs, honestly. Um, anyway, new segment is Shane's brainchild. We used to have our wish list for movies we wanted on 4K. Now we're talking about TV shows. We're just going to talk about one each. So I'm going to let you go first. What was your first one?
So I was thinking about this the other day, and it was like we've completely exhausted the movies. I mean, a lot of our
Yeah.
wish picks have come to fruition, and
Yep.
every time one comes out, you message me or I'll message you. It's like, yeah,
Yep.
God's work. We've done it again.
Mm-hmm.
We threw it out there, and they've done it. Um, but I thought, well, there's plenty of like for me, like old TV shows that
Yeah.
I would love to see get the razzle dazzle. Um, and this one's already had a DVD because I've got
Mm-hmm.
that and a Blu-ray, which was way more expensive. But I'd love to see MacGyver get a
Yeah.
4K,
Yeah.
like
I
the
can't
whole lot.
disagree. Yep.
Not just the shows, like the episodes, but the actual TV movies as well.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
One box,
Yeah.
I reckon that would be incredibly fucking rad.
I don't disagree. I used to be obsessed with MacGyver. Me and my dad used to watch that. Was it Thursday
Yep,
nights? Whatever night it was on. Yeah, I loved
every week.
MacGyver. Yep, it was great. Yeah, great pick, man. Great pick. I think that's a really solid pick. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go back that far, but because my first one is my favorite TV show ever is Breaking Bad. To have that on 4K would be pretty sick. I do have a Blu-ray of that. I'm not sure how much they could improve
Yep.
it, but I mean, if they released Breaking Bad on 4K, it would sell hands down, no doubt. Yeah, that's me.
Oh,
Do you ever watch
it's
Breaking Bad?
funny. I've watched, I reckon, 4 episodes. I started watching it because I had the Blu-ray set,
Mm.
and it's not that I didn't like it. I just didn't keep watching it.
Mm.
Um, because there was like 100 other movies
Yeah,
around at the
yeah.
time. But I know the other night, um, like Kelly was scrolling through like Marketplace because now
Yeah.
she's always looking at movies as well. Um, and there was like, I don't know if it was DVD, probably was a Breaking Bad special set in a
Yeah.
drum,
Oh no, they're
which
Blu-rays.
which I'd never
I'm pretty
seen
sure it's
before.
Blu-ray. Yeah, I remember that when that was released, it was like $100 when it was released. I'm like, oh, that's too expensive. I can't buy that, and I never did. And it's one of my biggest regrets of never buying that drum set because it would have been amazing.
So
How much was it on
now that you've
Marketplace?
s- now that you've said that,
Mm.
I want to go back and see how much it was because I reckon it was only $50,
Yeah, it'd be worth,
and
mate. It'd be worth getting.
I'd never seen well, I've seen it come out in the box set, but I'd never seen the drum version. I just thought
Ah,
that's such a cool like shelf piece alone. So I'll need to look into that again later
I'm
and
trying to
maybe
see if I can
jump on
find
it
it. Trying to see if
if
I
it's
can
still
find it
available.
on Marketplace now. Just keep showing me actual drums, idiots. Whatever. That's okay. I'm not going to hold up the show by looking for that. That's weird. But yeah, yeah, man. If you can still see it, I'd recommend. I'm pretty sure it's Blu-ray release. Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head, but I could have sworn it was Blu-ray, which would have made me. Well, I was interested in buying it. Okay, we're up to what did we get last month? So, um, since we last spoke, my man, I have had
Yep.
78 new titles come in.
Oh,
However,
is that it? Is that all?
yeah, but 45 of those movies were in the one box set, The Monsters and Curiosities from Umbrella. So that was a pretty quiet month for me. My Jackie Chan box set from Rare Waves has been in the country since Monday last week, and nothing has changed on its shipping. So it better arrive this week, or I'm going to shit bricks. Because that's annoying. I should have had my Jackie Chan this week. It's annoying. Customs must be holding it up or something. But yeah, I mean, pretty quiet week. I mean, I've mentioned the Burbs. I picked up a few from Amazon. I did get Billy Madison, the Keno Log of Billy Madison, and Road Trip because they were like in the $30 odd range. I did pick up one I'm happy with. The Eddie Murphy Natty Professor. They come in a dual pack. So I picked up that and we actually watched that through the month. Quite liked. Still, you know, I actually went to the cinema. When I was watching, I was like, "That's right. I watched this at the cinema with a couple of mates," and yeah, that was interesting. Bringing Out the Dead, I picked up the 4K of that from Amazon as well. I think I mentioned that last month, or the pricing structure of when I ordered it, so that did arrive. And yeah, like I said, I picked up Once the Thief and Bullet in the Head, the Golden Princess titles from Shout. They're the highlights. Other than that, Monsters and Curiosities box set, which is pretty fucking epic, actually. Like, and there's a lot of movies in there that I'm super keen to start watching, but there's 45 of them, and I'll probably save a lot of those for Spooktember and Spooktober, to be honest. So. Yeah, there's that. What about you? You've got your VS stuff has arrived. What's
Yeah.
news?
Well, I think I already talked about what I had come in a couple weeks ago, because I'd already mentioned it. I didn't write any of that down, because I already talked
That's all
about it
right.
in the last show, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Um, but yeah, because the VS sale is on at the moment, um, so summer subscriber week is on. So yeah, been well into that. Just hitting it like a jackhammer.
It's
But
good to see you
I've
back in the
also
game,
got,
mate.
well, it's been a while. This, and I can tell because the amount of titles I've already locked in is making me just wipe my brow from all the sweat that I've been doing at 1 in the morning. Um, so I'll look at that in a minute, but I've got like a an outrun order going on at the moment as well. So obviously I started it with Fight Club. I've now added Moneyball 4K, which I'm just super excited to
Awesome. Yeah,
get
yeah.
that and watch that again
Who are
for
you getting that
probably
from?
the 84,000th time.
Who are you getting that from, Rick?
Yeah, yeah. So getting that through Rick. I've also locked in the Blue Thunder Arrow release, which he said to me that the ones that he got in, he can't get any more. So
Ah.
it's sold out. He got six in, and I was lucky to just jump on that at the time, and grab that. And also going to lock in the Runaway Train 4K. And I noticed that he's still got the Inner Space
Oh, does
Deluxe.
he?
Yeah, so
Ah.
I'm going to jump on that too, before he goes on his 2 week break for the school
Yes.
holidays.
Well, today's your last
So
day,
yeah,
right? Isn't it?
yeah. So anyone, you probably too late after this airs, but yeah, today's the last day to order anything from Outrun before he takes a 2 week break, and all orders I think are going out tomorrow.
So, who's the
So
studio behind the
yeah,
Moneyball 4K? Is that Warner title?
possibly. Is it Warner or is it Lionsgate? I can't remember.
Oh, it might be
It's one.
Lionsgate. Yeah.
It's one of them. So
I was just wondering whether
yeah,
we'll
so
eventually get it here, but yeah, it's all right.
that's a bit of the outrun order that I've got going at the moment.
Sweet.
Um,
Now,
so the VS stuff is
mm,
a little bit off the chain. Um, so basically, they've got their daily deals going of like a lot of cheap stuff up to 60-70% off. So plenty of like partner label stuff I've grabbed because it's just like $15 or $20,
yep.
just super cheap. So I've got Brimstone and Treacle, 4K Steel and Lace, uh, Come Back to the Five and Dime, Jimmy Dean.
Ah,
Um,
yes.
at Close Range, the Demonsville Terror, 38 A Special, Hippo, Video Man, Dandelion, Hell's Trap, Body Snatchers, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, Dial Code, Santa Claus, The Laughing Dead, and Talons of the Eagle. So
That's a
we're about
big set.
halfway through. We're about halfway through the summer subscribers sale, and that's
Hmm.
15 titles so far.
Wow. That's
This
good.
this is it's already five more titles than the last order. So, and we're not done yet. So yes, it's going very well.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the fold, Shane.
Yes. Yeah. You're making up for lost time.
Well, trying, but we'll see how we go.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Uh, uh, Up to me. So I have, what have I reordered? Like I said, my Jackie Chan box is in the country, and Ready or Not 2 I also ordered, so because I love those movies. Amazon had Sleepers for $30, so I picked up Sleepers on 4K, so that's on its way because I don't own that at all. I know I spoke about that and not really enjoying it at the time, but I think as I'm a grown-ass man now watching it, I'll probably appreciate it a bit more. I
Yep.
did mention to you through the week or through the month that I went back onto iMusic and because they had an Amazon sale, an Arrow sale before Arrow announced their own sale. So I picked up Spaceballs 4K and that because it's $28 for the Spaceballs 4K, and they also had an Edgar Allan Poe Tales of Terror Edgar Allan Poe box set that was $44, I think, down from a lot. So that's a Blu-ray set, six movies in it. Keen for that. And I use that opportunity because iMusic's with their shipping. It's the more you buy, the cheaper the shipping ends up being comparatively. So I picked up the Kill Bill Whole Bloody Affair from them as well. That will ship in about a month from now, actually. So yeah, keen for those to come, especially the Kill Bill. I'll sit down for 15 hours and watch that all in one hit because I only watched them again recently, and the the Kill Bills for me are mid-tier Tarantino. I mean, they're still fucking great movies, and that's how good Tarantino is for me. But every time I watch them, they get better for me. The Kill Bills. The first one is still far superior than Volume Two. So, but watching them all together is going to be interesting, actually. And honestly, that is it. That's it that I haven't spoken about before. That's stuff that still have been on order for a long time. So yeah, I've done well. I've done well. I have been able to save. I actually had to what I've been spending my money on this shit that I've had to buy for the house, honestly. Just household bullshit that I've purchased. So that's why the movies have been a bit less light on. Yeah. We're up to our labels now. Oh, sorry. Did you want to talk about any of those that was spoken about? Sorry, about what I
That's
announced.
that Jackie Chan box set. I
Mm,
saw someone unbox that,
yeah,
and that it's fucking epic. That thing is
yeah.
fucking huge.
I can't wait. Is
Like
it? Yeah, I can't wait.
like the outer cover is like it's a slipcase.
Ah,
Like so the red box is actually not the box. That's a slip over cover,
oh, is it?
and then the actual box itself is completely white with another picture of him on the side of it. It it's fucking epic, man. It looks incredible. I couldn't
Yeah,
believe how big that box actually was.
yeah, right.
Um, until I saw one of the people I'm following posting about it.
Yeah,
And I was like,
I've not
it's
watched
kind of
them
like
because
the
I've
Bruce
been.
Lee box that they put out. Like it's just incredibly huge. But
Yeah, right.
very cool that they've taken the time to do that for like Jackie Chan, like they did with Bruce.
Yeah.
It'd be super cool if they did a Chuck Norris one as well. Like
Yeah,
it'd
can you
be a
imagine?
no-brainer
Yeah,
to do that.
yeah.
And
Even if they did a
you know,
Van Damme one as or something as well, right? Like,
oh,
Van, yeah,
they totally should.
Van
But
Damme would
as
do
we
better than
know,
Chuck Norris, right?
rights, labels,
Yeah,
blah
yeah,
blah
yeah.
blah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a complicated game.
Um,
For those studios, it will be a complicated game. Getting, yeah, so because obviously the Van Dams were probably done by different studios, Universal. Well, I don't even know, but yeah, it would be hard to pull them all together and get the rights, and then they actually have to work on the transfers. It's a long job. Like, for the life of me, right? And I was actually thinking about this yesterday, and it's kind of related to what we're talking about, but there's a lot of movies. 1997 was one of the greatest years in cinema history, and I'll die on a hill fighting for that. And if you look at 1997, what come out, anyone listening, you'll see what I'm talking about. Next year is the 30th anniversary. I don't know why studios aren't actively pursuing just a generic 30-year label and having all their big hits from the 30 years ago just be released on 4K and special editions and so forth. Why are they missing on that marketing opportunity? Because people will buy them, especially, I mean, I don't, look, I wasn't prepared for this rant, but that's basically, I don't know. There's a lot of opportunity that studios miss out on when it comes to marketing their physical media, I think. And having 30-year anniversaries, 25-year anniversaries is a big opportunity for them to resell their product. Because a lot of those movies that were released are probably long out of print. New collectors have no access to them, and it's just, there's a lot of reasons why I think they should be doing it. And if they upgrade them to 4K, then yeah, no brainer. It's a pretty simple choice for me, to be honest, why they should do that. Um, anyway, we're on to our labels. You've got a few labels. I've got a few. As I said, I've got a bit about Australia um, to talk about, but I'll talk about that last. So yeah, what have you got up your sleeve?
Well, I have got, well, this time around, I've got about
Yep.
10 labels. So I'll start with something completely different, not a different label, but just different from what I normally start with.
Hmm.
Um, so we'll go through the Shout Factory. I always say it's Shout Factory, Scream Factory, Shout,
Yep.
and some of these other titles. So we've got Tekken Concrete, Aces Go Places, Bullet in the Head. They're doing a steel,
Mm.
a Brotherhood of the Wolf, but in a steel. And we could only hope for anyone that loves that movie that they don't region lock the 4K disc like they
Mm.
did the last time they put it out.
Uh-huh.
Um, because I know when Rick was had that up on pre-order, he had to throw it out there. Well, sorry if you've ordered this. If you want your money back, well, yeah, fair enough. Honestly, we didn't know that it was going to be region locked.
Mm.
So I don't know why they do that with some of their 4K releases. It's a little bit annoying.
It's a bit weird, yeah.
Um, Another one called The Boy and the Beast, Charlie Wilson's War,
Yes.
Peking Opera Blues, which is in
Hmm.
a steel, and City on Fire, which is also in a new steel. So
They're
those
funny, aren't they?
steels are kind of like a special
Mm.
um, white steel and basic artwork on the front.
Okay.
So
It's kind of what they did with a
nothing
lot of
too
the Studio
exciting.
Ghibli titles.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to start with Arrow. Oh, that's the wrong button. Here we go. So Arrow released, and that's it. These are like I'll tell you where they're released. A Better Tomorrow trilogy is getting a UK release, which I am keen to grab. Nightfalls in Manhattan, Andy Garcia film with Richard Dreyfuss. The Desperate Hours, a Humphrey Bogart film. That's getting a Blu-ray. Sorry, Nightfalls in Manhattan's also a Blu-ray. Misery's getting a 4K in the UK. We already have a Kino Lorber version of that. 4K for Underworld. Not sure what that is. For the US and Canada is getting Go on 4K. That'll be pretty impressive. We're getting a Blu-ray of that in Australia. Actually, the day this episode drops, there'll be a Go Blu-ray of Go in your local JB Hi-Fi today, on the 8th of June. Forbidden Planet is getting a Blu-ray 4K. That's an old sci-fi. Tequila Sunrise is getting a 4K, which is pretty cool. I might grab that at some point in the future. And the Wicked Priest collection, which is getting a Blu-ray in all regions as well. Um, wow, my door just blew open. It's very windy up here today, so I'm going to have to go shut my door. And that's it for Arrow.
Yeah, that's some pretty solid drops in there. I'm super keen to get the Misery one, so I missed out on that many years ago. So that's definitely one I'm going to grab. Um, so and yeah, that Underworld. I'm just wondering if that's what I'm thinking of. It's a Clive Barker story and Clive Barker film. Because I'm sure Kino put out a 4K of that
Okay.
in one of their cult collections. But I need to have a look further into that. But that'd be worth picking up. But yeah, it's some pretty yeah, I reckon it is. I reckon it is.
Hmm.
Underworld from 85 maybe, if it's that one. But yeah, solid drops from Kino.
Just going to take a quick time out and we'll be back very shortly. So you might not have noticed a break there, but we had one anyway, and over to Shane for his next label, which is a mystery to me.
All right. So next one, I'm gonna go Eureka.
Hey.
Um, so few good box sets they're putting out this time around. Eastern Trails, the Western at Defa, Chingachgook, the Great Serpent, Fatal Error, Apaches, and Blood Brothers. Cruel Tales of the Bohachi, Reap the Whirlwind, which is an Angela Mao box set, and that's got the Angry River, Stoner, the Tournament, and the Himalayan. Those three titles, I'm pretty sure 88 put them out a few months back. Because I remember Stoner, I remember the Tournament, and the Himalayan.
Mm,
So yeah, pretty cool. Um, Solid drops from Eureka. So yeah, what have
yeah.
you got next?
Well, I'm going to talk about after Arrow, they have a new baby label called Toy Robot. So we might start talking about these. Did you hear about Toy Robot?
Yeah, I talked about Toy Robot last month.
Did you?
I did, but you can talk about it again. Like,
Did you talk about what they've got, what they have announced, like the Guyver 2 and did you talk about those?
yep,
Marshmallow, Ninja Wars? All right, well, I'll shut up, honestly, if we've spoken about it.
Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, Master of the Universe. Yeah, okay. Well, we need to. Well, that's been made more official, I suppose. And I obviously was not paying attention at any time to that. I'm sorry. But it seems
Are
pretty
they
interesting.
affiliated? Are
It is an
they
Arrow.
affiliated with Arrow?
It's Arrow. Yeah, it's an Arrow Junior label. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you'll actually be able to buy them from the Arrow stores if it's
Right.
US or UK. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that bit. So, if
Right.
anything,
I
Adam, you've just put one and one together, which equals five.
yeah.
And
I don't know why they've done that though. I don't know what the I don't know why they've created another label with what the because all these movies are quite an eclectic bunch. They don't really relate to each other. I don't know what their vibe is going to be, but it seems interesting. Like the artwork on the front always, they will have that Radiant style slash with the toy robot
yep,
stuff on the left. Yeah, so it looks interesting, but I'll wait and see. There's none of those titles or anything that I'm interested in. I don't think so. But just thought we should mention a new label that is actually happening. So yeah.
yeah,
Um,
that is very exciting.
mm,
I thought I'm super keen to get Masters of the Universe purely because it's got an extended cut that's never
ah,
been seen before.
okay.
I mean, the film was already quite long as it is, so an extended cut would be like going into, 140 minutes,
Yep.
150 minutes maybe.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Um,
Did you?
so
I'll let you do your next one if you want.
yep. So got Retro Gold 63. Um, they've got Go Go Boys, which I didn't look into it at the time, but it's the inside story of Canon films. Now,
Ah.
this is like some solid gold from, the 80s and some of the 90s of when Canon was putting out some of the most awesome action shit around. Um, I'd be keen to pick that up because I love those movies.
Yeah.
So there's a couple different variants on that. They always do different variants. Um, Female Bunch, Satan's Hot Cats, and the little fat one gives fire. So some pretty random titles
Yeah.
um, from them.
The little fat
Um,
one.
but yeah, all of those titles have got different variant covers. They're all media books. They're all Blu-ray, DVD combo releases.
Mm.
So yeah, keeping
Oh.
the 80s and 90s VHS days alive as always.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's yeah, nostalgia. Nostalgia's a big seller. I'm moving on to Criterion, who have announced, well, one big one, which I'll talk about that first, I suppose. The complete Kubrick 13 films, one collection, October 20, all films in 4K. The Killing, Paths of Glory, Spartacus, Lolita, Doctor Strangelove, 2001: A Space Odyssey, A Clockwork Orange, Barry Lyndon, The Shining, Full Metal Jacket, and Eyes Wide Shut. This 30-disc 4K UHD Blu-ray collector set housed in a unique display-worthy box inspired by Kubrick's legendary archive includes his original soundtracks alongside the 5.1 mixes, restored and remastered over 25 hours of interviews, documentaries, and behind-the-scenes materials, deluxe packaging illustrated with rare photos, artwork and documents annotated by Kubrick himself, and much more. Now, price. The US, it's like $490 or something, 450. So double that for Australia. I did see it on iMusic at 700. I own most of those movies on 4K already. If I were mega rich, I'd be considering it. I won't be buying it. Just flat out now, I won't be buying it. I'd prefer to get the Wes Anderson box set first, to be honest, which is much cheaper and, you know, anyway. But yeah, your thoughts on the Kubrick? There's more Criterion to announce, but what are your thoughts on the Kubrick set? But it is pretty impressive, I can't lie, but so's the
What
price.
does that have the
Hmm?
his earlier works as well? Like
I own what I just read is everything that they've told me.
I thought I read that there was titles that I read in the list that I'd never even heard of. Um,
There might be some of his shorts, I don't know. Which is that maybe the documentaries and interviews and stuff then? I don't know.
Possibly. Yeah, I know it's not something I could ever think about buying. It's too
Yeah.
much.
There's only
Um,
there's only one film, two films in there I don't have on 4K, and that's Lolita and The Killing. Otherwise, I have the rest on 4K anyway. So yeah, I don't see much point in forking that out. Um, yeah, I just don't see much point. Be nice to have on the shelf, but yeah, no.
I
I look
mean,
if
that's
you
a
don't,
big it's a big set.
it's a big set, it's a big commitment, and if you don't have his films already, and Kubrick's someone you want to get into, and frankly, you should be getting into Kubrick. He's one of the greatest there ever was. Yeah, 100% would recommend buying this set if you don't own them already. So, yeah, get into it, I'd say. Are you a Kubrick fan? Are you seen much of his work? Or I don't know if we've ever
I
discussed
mean, I
Kubrick
haven't
before.
seen all of it. I've seen The Clockwork Orange. I've seen Lolita, Eyes Wide Shut. Um, I've seen a few, but
Yeah,
obviously I haven't seen all of them. Um, but
there's only
still, for that
two.
price, it's a lot.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
it's, I mean, if I was gonna, yeah, yeah, because these other ones that I was looking at, like in this list, there was Day of the Flight, Flying Padre, Fear and Desire, The Seafarers, Killer's Kiss,
Oh
and
yeah, Fear and Desire is not
that
listed
was
in here.
that was pre the Killing. So, and then it goes into Path of Glory and all the other big
Oh,
hits that he did.
it says it's
Um,
13 features and three shorts, including it doesn't mention Fear and Desire in here actually, which is strange. I mean, I also have Fear and Desire as well, which I've not seen. Did you say, sorry to backtrack, but did you say Fear and Desire is in this set? Because I haven't said it in here.
oh, this is I read this list off of Rick's listing on his site.
Ah, here we go. Yeah. So on the official Killer's Kiss, The Killing, Paths of Glory, Spartacus, Lolita, Doctor Strangelove. Eh, yeah, no Fear and Desire. Fear and Desire is not in here. So it's not a complete set, which makes it even less interesting for me to buy, to be honest. Not that I was going to
So,
anyway, but still.
so you're saying this is the Criterion version of it?
Yeah.
Maybe this one isn't the Criterion version. That's because I can't see anything on here that says it's a Criterion release
On where are
on
you looking?
on
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 Outrun?
Outrun. Yeah, I can't see. It just says the complete Kubrick 4K UHD US. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's definitely not complete if Fear and Desire is not in there.
Um, but then the last picture has got all the Criterion um pictures. So
Hmm.
yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it
I
is
mean,
interesting.
it looks epic.
It
What
says
can you
and much
say?
more.
It's an epic looking set.
Yeah, except it's definitely not complete. So how can they call it the complete if it doesn't have Fear and Desire? That's not true. I mean, I'm looking on the Criterion website specifically, and they have all the cover art for each movie. Fear and Desire is not in here. Find that very weird for them to be able to call it complete when it's not complete. Anyway, the other Criterion releases, I will talk about them. They've announced September, which is a lot. Yeah, anyway, I'll talk about them. There's not a lot of films here I'm too interested in, but so they have Boy Meets Girl, Malve sang The Lovers on the Bridge, which is three films by Leo Carax. He's a French director. I think it's Carax, probably Carar. I don't know. It's French, so it could be anything. Um, but he directed movies Holy Motors. He did a net a couple of years ago with Adam Driver, which I really liked. The net I thought was pretty good. Um, they're also releasing The Secret Agent, which was nominated for Best Foreign Film at the Oscars last year. I was pretty low on The Secret Agent. It's okay. Nouvelle Vague, which is a Richard Linklater film. I picked up the Via Vision copy of that. I really love Nouvelle Vague. I thought it was fantastic. Days and Nights in the Forest, which is a film it's an Indian film, Sajit Ray. Two Prosecutors, which is, yeah, I don't know who that is. Claude Lanzmann Shoah, a film by Claude Lanzmann. It's called Shoah, and 12 Angry Men's getting a 4K. 12 Angry Men, I already own that on the Criterion Blu-ray. I don't need to upgrade, but I would recommend if you want to get into some French New Wave or you're into Jean-Luc Godard, Nouvelle Vague is excellent. Had a great time with that. How about yourself? Any thoughts on any of those movies, or do you just want to move on to your next label?
I haven't really heard of a lot of those.
No,
Um,
no.
that's kind of a drop. That's I don't know.
Well,
It's a bit random.
it's Criterion being Criterion again, actually, going back and introducing a lot of those world movies, I think, and they've done that a couple of months now, which I like that they're doing that. But none of these movies is something that I would rush and instantly buy. Like I would have to hear about them down the grapevine that they were worth it and see them cheap. Then maybe that's when I'd buy them. But yeah, nothing I would pull the trigger on instantly. Um, but yeah, like you said, it's a random drop. Over to you.
Well, My next one is Second Sight.
Oh,
Um, so they've dropped finally Dead Man's Shoes,
yeah.
which everyone has been super pumped for. Unfortunately, it is only a Blu-ray version of it. There are Blu-ray versions of it out there. This is a mega deluxe release of the film with brand new commissioned artwork and whatnot. So totally worth picking up. Um, but they talked about the 4K that they were trying to do. It sounded like they were going to do it, but the footage, they just didn't have a decent print of it to actually do a 4K of it. So they
Ah,
just couldn't do it.
yes. I remember reading about that.
Um,
Yeah, there was a lot of elements they couldn't put back together.
and obviously, there's plenty of people cracking the shits about that.
Hmm.
And it's like, well, what can you do
At least
if
you're
you
getting it
don't have a
somehow.
decent print of the
Yeah.
film to
Yeah.
actually restore it? Well,
Yep.
how can you do that? So the next best
Yeah.
thing is to, I don't know, probably maybe they did a resto with 4K scan,
Mm-hmm.
which is still going to be an upgrade slightly from the Blu-ray that's been out there for a while.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, that's one I would be keen to get that. I've actually never seen it, but English friends, say that
Yeah.
film is just absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, they're
Is that
doing also.
is that the 2004 Dead Man Shoes with Paddy Considine?
Uh, yep,
Yep.
that's the
Okay.
one.
Yep. To 7.5. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if it's actually on streaming anywhere, I'd be keen to check it out and see it first.
Mm.
I mean, I'd probably buy it anyway, but yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just incredible. And
Okay.
7.5 is pretty high.
Yeah. 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 Definitely. And it reads pretty well. It sounds interesting.
And they're also doing The Name of the Rose in 4K.
Right.
Old was it 80s Sean Connery,
Ah,
what
yes.
bit of medieval sort of thing, I think. I don't think I've ever seen it. I know the film, but not
The
one I've ever
name.
seen.
Ah, the name of the race.
So
Yeah.
so yeah,
Well, that's a
that's a
That's
pretty
7.7 on IMDb.
yeah, it's a decent film
Ah,
for
Jean-Jacques
them to drop.
Arnaud. Yeah, interesting. Christian
So yeah,
Slater is in it as well.
he'd be super young in that
I reckon. Yeah.
from memory.
Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman's in it. Okay. F. Murray Abraham.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, it's got a decent cast in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, they sound good, actually. Yeah, they both sound worth picking up, to be honest. Is that over to me?
Yeah, what do you got next?
So there's nothing from from Kino, sorry, this month. There's nothing at all to talk about. Um, there's one thing from Imprint I want to talk about because they did announce the Cinema of Powell and Pressburger Collection 2, which is a pretty epic set. There are, hang on, how many? 12 discs, 4Ks, a couple of films for the first time ever on 4K. And so there's one of our aircraft is missing. I know where I'm going. Is a 4K. The Red Shoes is a 4K, which already has a Criterion 4K. Red Shoes is such a great movie. I mean, Marty Scorsese is his recommends are good. Marty's. The Small Back Room, The Tales of Hoffmann, Oh Rosalind. That must be about you, The Tales of Hoffmann. I'll have to watch that. And spelt your way too. Oh Rosalinda and The Battle of River Plate. This is at the moment $320 on the Viavision website. It's available to pre-order on the 15th of July, coming in August or September, I think. Oh, no, 26th of August. Yeah. I believe it'll be cheaper on imprint. That is limited to 1500. It is something I will definitely be buying at some point. But yeah. I've got the first set, Powell and Pressburger. If you're into cinema history and want to count yourself as a cinephile, you've got to watch some Powell and Pressburger, in long story short. So that's the one from Imprint. Did you want to go another one before I go into Umbrella?
Yeah, so you got Cape Light. They're doing Paths to Glory in 4K. Someone else is
Hmm.
having a stab at that.
Hmm.
They're also doing a run of RoboCop 2 in two media books and a steel book as well. Truly Naked, which is a blue release. One called Desert Warrior, which is in 4K and Blu-ray, and another movie I've never heard of called The Furious, which is in 4K and has a couple media book variants and I think a steelbook as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Hmm. Cool. Um, all right, I better find my email from Umbrella. I've got two from Umbrella. So they've released, got two, not two, they've sent two emails with their with what they've got coming. Ninja Wars, which is a collector's edition bundle with a rigid outer box slipcase, 8 art cards, as we love art cards here on the show, and Ninja Wars book and A3 reversible poster. I don't know what these movies are. I'm sure plenty of people do. War-torn age. What the hell is wrong with me? In a war-torn age of feudal Japan, a deadly prophecy says the man who marries Yukio will rule the world, and ruthless forces will kill to make it happen. Yeah, sounds like it could be a good ride, to be honest, but not a full price ride for me, to be honest. I won't be paying full price for that. And next, they have released October, which they were pumping on social media full time. Basically, is the Human Centipede trilogy. We're getting 4Ks of all of those. Never seen them. Don't even want to see them. I know what they're about. I don't give a shit. Pardon the pun. What they're about. Have you seen Human Centipede?
I've only seen the first one, and
Right.
honestly, it was enough.
Yeah,
They become more extreme
of
into
course.
number two and
Yeah.
three,
Yeah. How many
and
times can you
it's
show people shitting into each other's mouth? Like that's the premise of it, right? They tie. Isn't he sews someone's mouth to someone else's ass, force feeds them, and then they
yep,
just keep shitting? And what a fucking who comes up with that concept?
it's pretty extreme. Um,
Yeah,
and it's just
that's a
I don't
word.
know that's not you got to be a major gorehound,
Mm,
and just
mm,
for that sort of underground sort of cinema to appreciate it. And I don't find it entertaining, so I didn't bother
no.
watching the other two
I no.
because I was disgusted just watching the first one.
I
Um,
look.
yeah,
Yeah. Sorry. No. I do have a morbid curiosity to just see it, just because of how it was made, how the actors acted in it. Like they would have had to have had their head or face up to someone else's asshole in real life while they were filming this, right? So I'd be really more interested in behind the scenes and actually watching the film, I think, to see how they achieve that. I mean, because I don't know if anyone's paying me enough to be able to act that if I was an actor. Like, who's paying me enough? Depends whose ass it was, I suppose, but I just I can't imagine any amount of money would get me to act that because when you see how films are made and it takes days to film scenes sometimes, obviously this was cheaply made and probably filmed in a few weeks, but still, I mean, I'm curious. I'm curious. If you've seen these movies and you listen to this, let me know what you think and why I should watch them because at the moment I can only think of the why nots. The next one that they have announced is a movie called The Aura, which is about me because I got plenty of it apparently. The kids listening to this will understand will get the joke. Plans fuck me, I cannot read today. Plan the perfect crime with The Aura, a modern Argentinian masterpiece from Nine Queens director Fabian Bielinski and star Ricardo Darin. That's all I'm going to continue on with that. It's an Argentinian film. If you're into it, sounds kind of cool, but again, it's not one I'm going to be rushing to get to. Um, yeah. What are you up to next?
well, I was just on IMDb and digging into that human centipede thing
Oh yeah, yeah,
because you were just talking about what what it took to make it and all that, and I was just looking at some stats, and the stats honestly aren't that good.
yeah. No, it doesn't surprise me.
I mean,
Doesn't surprise me.
4.4 out of 10 for the first one, and then it just goes down from there. 3.8, 2.7 for the third one. I mean, it really is like a real niche sort of set
Yeah,
for, you got to be into it. I mean, yeah,
I might have to hit
there's
up Mike from Beyond Horror and see what he thinks of them.
I reckon he'd probably be into them. I think that's something that he would appreciate
Probably.
because he's so into horror, so
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
kinds of horror. But yes, not for me. I
No.
won't be partaking in that one. Um, the next label we've got
Mm.
88. So we've got Amazonia, the Catherine Miles story, which is a 4K, Delirium, which is also a
Ah,
4K,
yes.
and I'm pretty sure Vinegar put out Delirium, I reckon last year. Um, they're doing Hard 8, but only a
Ah, yes.
Blu-ray,
Ah,
which that's a little bit disappointing,
yeah.
because there's been
There's
plenty
plenty of
of those
Blu-rays.
getting around of
Yep,
Hard 8. It's a great
absolutely.
film. The Octagon, old Chuck Norris movie, which honestly I'm pretty keen to pick that up. That artwork looks fucking sick. It looks
Yeah, yeah.
really good. Armor of God, another Jackie movie, just in a Blu-ray. Sex and the Emperor, also a Blu-ray. The Inspector Wears Skirts,
Oh,
seasons 1 to 4, on Blu-ray. The Haunted Cop Shop, also on Blu-ray. Helter Skelter, Blu-ray. And Dragons Forever, another Jackie Chan one on Blu-ray. So yeah, pretty
okay.
solid drop from them. It would be good if there was more 4K titles,
Mm,
for some of them, but
yeah,
oh, still solid releases nonetheless.
definitely. I'm going to dip back into imprint, because there's
Yep.
some releases here that I think I'd like to tell people about. Oddly enough, they're doing their own Kubrick box set. They're doing four 4Ks: Fear and Desire, Killer's Kiss, The Killing, and I think it's Spartacus. No, Paths of Glory. I already own two of those. I'd need Killer's Kiss and The Killing, to be honest. But yeah, pretty good box set. If you're again another Kubrick set. The next one is one I'm full-throatedly going to recommend, and I'm glad they're doing it because they're doing a Billy Wilder box set. And Billy Wilder is one of my all-time favorite directors, probably top five of my favorite directors of all time. It's only three movies plus a documentary, but it has The Lost Weekend, which is basically a story about an alcoholic, which is excellent. Some Like It Hot on 4K, which is Some Like It Hot is an absolute classic, and Stalag 17, which is basically if you ever do you ever watch the movie Hogan, the TV show Hogan's Heroes?
No.
Oh, okay. Hogan's Heroes was based on Stalag 17, so it's basically um, American prisoners of war in a German Nazi prisoner camp in World War II. And it's kind of a comedy. It's kind of a bit of a murder mystery, actually. This one, and all three excellent films, and it's a pretty good place to start the Billy Wilder journey. I would hope box set number two. I mean, I already have those movies, but I'd hope box set two contains his other ones like Sabrina, The Apartment, and things like that. But again, that's going to depend on what imprint can get their license, how imprint can get their licenses. But yeah, 100% would recommend that one. And they've also got a movie called The Misfits which is a John Huston directed film with Clark Gable, Marilyn Monroe, and Montgomery Clift. That's on 4K as well, which I will 100% be picking up in a sale at some point because that's some great pedigree in front of and behind the camera for that. So yeah, there's imprint. Um, yeah.
Did you have another label that you wanted to jump on?
I don't have another label. I will next time I'll just speak about what's coming to the country and some rumors of what
Okay.
is coming to the country, rumors in quotes, but I'll let you go. Have you if you've got a few to go, I'll let you finish off.
I've still got four.
Let's
Still
do
got
it. Let's
four to
do
go.
it. Yeah, let's do it.
Um,
I've got nothing from BFI or Madman this time around, so
yep. All right. So next one is Severin. So
mm,
they've just had their massive summer sale, um, that they have every year, dropping like I think it was up to about 14 or 15 titles. Um, of just some really cool stuff. So the autopsy of Jane Doe, in 4K, which I picked up a few years ago. I
yeah.
think from another weird label. It had like a bit of um a spicy flip cover, which I couldn't actually show on my page because it had nudity.
Right.
Metamorphosis, the Peros Calaheros trilogy, the Manitou, Sheila and the Brainstem, Terra Express, the remake of Maniac with Elijah Wood. So that's in 4K as well. The Black Cat, What Have You Done to Solange? Anthrophagus, Absurd, Dark Waters, Astrid Saints, and Beyond the Darkness. So, as
Mm,
always, some super underground stuff that we've never heard of, but yeah, nonetheless, very solid.
not a lot I've heard of there.
Um, yeah, so that was I mean, out of all that, I'd be keen to get the autopsy of Jane Doe. That film's pretty good. Um,
Yep.
Probably Maniac because I think I've seen it, but I'm not 100% sure. I think I was just disgusted that they did a remake in general because the original was pretty fucking epic.
I'm not sure I've ever seen it.
Um, yeah. Um, so do you want me to just keep going
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah. No, keep going because I'm going to have a
all right?
lot.
Yeah, you are. You're gonna round it out. Um, Radiance have got Joe Treasures from the Gold Stand Film Studio, which has a heap of films in it. They're doing New Rose Hotel, the Saragossa Manuscript, Corruption, and Inugami Family.
Mm.
Um, Synapse are doing a pretty wild release of Prom Night, the original in 4K, and another one called Hunter's Blood. So yeah, pretty
Mm.
awesome drops from them. And now I saved the best to last. The Vinegar Syndrome. We're in No Sleep Till Summer subscriber week, which is halfway
Yeah.
through now.
Yep.
This is up to day 4. So what have we got here? So they've got some new Degorza LED VHS releases. They've got Rats, Sergeant Kabuki Man, and Thriller. Um, Distropix released The Ultimate Degenerate plus 1,000 Pleasures. Um, Lady in White 4K, which is a 4 disc set, big chunky box. Never heard of that, but it
No.
sounds quite interesting.
Mm.
Um, an old 80s slasher called Night School, not to be confused
Oh
with the
yeah.
Kevin Hart Night School,
No. Yeah. Let's not
which
confuse it with that.
some
Yeah.
people thought it could have been.
Yeah. No. No.
Um, but yeah, artwork on that looks fucking wild.
Is
Haven't
that?
picked that
Do you
one
say
up
if that's
yet,
from
but
1981? Because that has Rachel Ward in it.
yep, that'd be the
Yeah.
one. The the start of the 80s slashes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's one I haven't locked in yet, but I am keen to get that because it just looks sick.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Abel Ferrara's Body
Ah,
Snatchers,
yeah, 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 yeah.
which which I didn't the artwork kind of threw me until I looked it up and then I saw the original poster for it and I was like, I remember that movie. Um,
Oh, okay.
but I didn't actually see it back in the day when it came out.
He made
So
some
yeah,
hella films, didn't he?
yeah, I didn't realize he did that one.
Yeah.
So that would be pretty intense, I reckon, because his
Did you?
style of filmmaking is just off the charts.
He's very much like almost like an Italian director, actually, with his style. Did you ever watch Miss 45? Did you get the
Not
Arrow? Miss?
yet.
Jeez, it's good. Like I had such a great time with that movie. It was excellent.
I need to get that one because
Yeah,
that film is pretty
big
good.
recommend. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's a 4K release. That's in a fat box as well.
Yep.
I'm gonna get you, sucker, which is their
Yes.
VSU release,
I want
which
that so
I've
bad.
well, it's funny because that teaser pic that they put up,
Mm.
everyone thought it was Commando for one,
Right.
but the thing that kind of made it not that was the grenades were different
Ah,
because the grenades in
okay.
Commando are just they're just ball grenades. These were
Right.
like, the rigid grenades.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
and then I saw a video of them getting ready before they head out, and I was like, well, that's the movie. That's when I messaged you and said, oh,
Yeah.
I think I know what it is.
Commando is
Um,
a 20th Century Fox film, so that will not go to any boutique label. It'll be, if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Sony slash Disney. It won't come from a boutique label, Commando. So people, yeah, um, people
we'll
are
have to keep
dreaming.
waiting.
Yeah, Disney
Yeah,
don't release any of their stuff to boutique labels. So there's not been one Disney slash Fox title that's gone to a boutique, has it?
I don't think so.
No, no.
No, we'll just have to keep waiting and praying for that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Faces of Death 2, which is a
Wow.
4K and a VSA release, which is pretty crazy because most of those VSA releases are just Blu-rays. Um, Reviver 3, uh, which I haven't really talked much about those. They're kind of like
Never
not
heard of them.
full films, and they compile them all into one release. So there's like a few hours of all these different films that they only had bits and pieces of,
Okay.
um, so that you can still actually see past these films. They're very random and out there. Um, and today's release was I Live Here Now, which is the VSP release. So they've still got tomorrow, Tuesday, and then it'll finish up on Wednesday. So there's a VSA to come out, a VSL, and then the cinematography release is on the last day. And every day there's been daily deals, so from 25% up to 70% off of a lot of their older stuff. So a lot of cheap stuff to come out. There's new merch, um,
Hmm.
all the regular stuff, and they've got their sweepstakes competition using your vinegar points to go into the draw to win the like a halfway subscription to
Oh,
the end
yeah.
of the year,
Okay.
which is like 300 points a ticket. So yeah, just the usual stuff from them. I've been getting up early or just staying up just to see what's dropping and grabbing things.
Yeah.
And they've also got, it's like a slumber party
Hmm.
section of films, which is the going out of print films.
Ah.
So stuff that's got really low numbers, under 100, under or 500, stuff that is going to sell out.
Yep.
There's like I think 123 different titles. I
Wow.
mean, I know I picked up Talons of the Eagle, which is a Billy Blanks film. It's a VSA. There were 15 of them when
Yeah.
I looked at it. And then I kept looking and I went back and I thought, oh, I should grab that. And then there were 11. And then I
Right.
bought it. And then there were 10.
Yeah.
And now there's no more.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yep.
so it's pretty cool. Like
I love
there's a
how they
lot of
have
good
the
stuff
counter.
going
I
on.
love how they have the counter on it. It's great. It's such a great feature.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's pretty like live and stuff. So,
Yeah. It would work on
you
me. It
know,
would make me buy more because holy shit, I need to get this. I don't know if I want it. Like, sometimes you have second thoughts and give it a day or two, but then when you see that, you'd be like, oh shit, I need to get it.
well, it kind of for me, like it prioritizes what I need to get now and what I
Mm.
don't. Because if it says
Yeah.
there's like over 2,000 copies. Well, I'm like, well, I
Yeah,
don't
I
need
can
to look
wait.
at that one right now.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
need to
yeah.
grab this one that's
Great point.
getting quite low.
Hmm.
So, you know, because like I said, I missed out on that New Rose Hotel,
Mm.
and online it's going to cost me like possibly three times the amount that it is when it came out.
Mm.
So, makes sense to just jump on them while they're still available.
Yep, definitely.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's all that's there for Vinegar at the moment. So in our next episode, I can talk about
Have some new
the rest of
arrivals.
them they're going to release.
Oh, I did. When we're talking about what we had arrive, I forgot to mention I got Congo from a good mate. Got me one from VSU and sent it through to me. Got to mention that. Jeez, it's a beautiful
Have
box
you
set
watched
too.
it though?
No, don't be silly. I don't get the. I'm like you, mate. I don't get these things to watch them. They just sit on the shelf and me to dust off every now and then. No, I will. I will watch it though, because I mean, I have it digitally on iTunes because it was never available physically. Um, but it's a beautiful box set. I can see why I collect VSU stuff because they're great. Even if the
Yeah,
movie's shit, like having that, they look beautiful. What they do to them. I mean, I know Congo is shit, but I fucking love it. I think I just love watching Tim Curry in that movie because he's off his chops. I just, yeah. Anyway, I think I've spoken about Congo enough in this movie. My unhinged love for that movie. Anyway, do you want me to get on to what's coming to Australia?
oh,
What we've
for
got.
sure.
So these ones are definitely coming. These are coming in August. So we have Michael, which have seen Michael, and I was very much entertained by Michael, even though I don't really class it as a movie. It's barely a narrative movie. Um, just scrapes in, but it's fun watching Michael Jackson stuff be reenacted. I was a Jacko fan in my youth, and yeah, it was good fun. I can see why people loved it and rave about it and whatnot, and I can wholeheartedly agree why people think this is a shit movie because it is a shit movie that's made a fucking shit ton of money. Yeah, anyway, enough about Michael. We're getting a steelbook of that as well. Blu-ray 4K steelbook. Project Hail Mary, yeah, that's also getting a steelbook. I'm not sure when the steelbook is coming, but the standard is coming 19th of August. I'm not sure the steelbook is coming at the same time, but the steelbook is going to be pretty special. Three disc, three 4K discs within it with some booklets and like some storyboards and a bit more like a Criterion release, the steelbook. It is pricey, but we've spoken enough about pricing in this episode, I think. But I did see Project Hail Mary in the cinema. Thought it was beautiful. It was an excellent movie. I'm not a big fan of that steelbook artwork. If you have seen it, it's on the JB Hi-Fi website. If you wanted to check it out, out of all the beautiful imagery that's in this movie, the fact that they've gone with that design on the steelbook is really upsetting to me because they could have done so much better, but tis what it is. Next up is my favorite movie of 2026 so far, The Drama, with we're only getting a Blu-ray of that, sadly. I don't know why we wouldn't get a 4K of that, but it is an A24 release coming through VVS Films. Zendaya, Robert Pattinson, um, just magical. Two of the best we have of their generation. Arpats is probably my favorite actor of his generation. I think he's supremely underrated. I would take him before Timmy Chalamet any day of the week, and the drama is fucking fantastic. It's such a great movie. Like I said, my favorite of the year so far. Um, Here's one I've not heard of. It's called Undertone. It's the host of a popular paranormal podcast becomes haunted by terrifying recordings mysteriously sent her way. Getting a DVD and Blu-ray of that. I'm not sure where that's come from or even who's in it. I don't know if it says who's in it. Nina Kiri and Adam DeMarco. Never heard of them, but I don't know. It looks interesting. So yeah, modern horror. We'll see how that goes. Mortal Kombat 2 getting a 4K. That's will be released on the 5th of August. That's coming pretty soon. Seems pretty soon. I've never seen these Mortal Kombat movies, but I wouldn't mind checking them out. To be honest, they seem okay. It's got Josh Lawson in them, which is an Australian guy, Carl Urban, a New Zealander. So bit of local flavour in there. One directly to DVD is starring Angari Rice. Angari Rice is an Australian actress. It's called Finding Emily. Um, yeah, it's just I think a teen rom-com. Seems okay. Spike Fern, Minnie Driver's in it as well. Another movie which I really liked. Even though it confused the shit out of me, or it's very bizarre, but it's a David Lowery film called Marley. Fucking drunk. It's called Mother Mary. I don't know why I cannot talk properly today. So it's got original music by Charlie XCX, Jack Antonoff, FKA Twigs. These are fucking modern musicians, man, with those names. They don't just have real names anymore. So it's Anne Hathaway movie. It's really good. It's a beautiful looking movie, and it really needed a 4K in my opinion to bring out the that beauty. But a Blu-ray, I'm sure, will do quite well anyway. Yeah, cool movie, a cool movie. Next one is on Amazon Prime now. As we know, AID have the Amazon contract. I watched this. Hey, what day is it? I must have watched it one night during the week. Sheep Detectives with Hugh Jackman. You seen it? You've got Prime, right?
I
It's
I
such fun.
saw it. I saw it promoted at the cinema, and I
Yeah,
thought that would be pretty fun.
it's
And
good,
I
man.
have seen it on Prime, but haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I'm going to recommend it to you because it's very much in the Babe realm, but it's a murder mystery. With these sheep solving, and look, it sounds fucking bizarre, but it's such a great family film. It's funny. It's got a great cast. It's obviously Hugh Jackman, Nicholas Braun, Molly Gordon's in it, Julia Louis-Drivers, Bryan Cranston, Chris O'Dowd. Like the voice acting is really great in it. These sheep are adorable. I don't want to spoil anything, but as a murder mystery, and I'm kind of into my murder mysteries as I've gotten a bit older, and this is a good one actually. I didn't really predict it. As, you know, when you watch a murder mystery, you're predicting, oh, they definitely did it, they did it, and I kind of, yeah. Anyway, I didn't actually predict what happened, and I found that refreshing. Here's a movie which I'm sure will be pretty shit. It's called The Deb, directed by Rebel Wilson. It's coming direct to DVD. Um, it's titled as an original comedy musical about two teenage girls attending a debutante ball in a small rural town. Um, it's got what's that guy who played Kenny? He's in it. Rebel Wilson. It's an Australian comedy, which I know I'm just not gonna like. I'm not gonna like it. Next one is getting a Blu-ray and DVD. It's called Fuse. This has Aaron Taylor Johnson, Teo James, and Gugu Mbatha Raw and Sam Worthington. So pretty good cast. I'm actually really keen to see that. I like Gugu. She was in an episode of Black Mirror that I really loved, and obviously I know the other three guys. Yeah, it seems okay. Seems like one of those B grade actioners that Bruce Willis or Nick Cage would have done in their lower ends of their career, but it seems pretty cool. So I'm keen to check that one out. Some TV coming. Reacher season 3 is coming. Fire Country season 3. The Office Superfan big fat box set. That's $360 on Easy DVD at the moment. That comes 5th of August. I will definitely be getting that. Very keen to see that. I don't own The Office at all on physical, so to get this set, every episode's about 10 to 15 minutes longer because they've just included a lot of cut scenes that they couldn't obviously put in
Mm.
the time slot of regular free-to-air TV. Um, yeah, super keen for that. Now, coming from the vault, we have in August, obviously these are all in August, everything I'm mentioning. Matilda is getting a 4K release in Australia for the first time. I know we've had them overseas before, so that would be nice to get the steelbook. The steelbook of this is really nice. It's overseas, but I love Matilda unashamedly, even as an almost 50-year-old man. Matilda's fantastic. It's such a you would have seen it, right?
Long, long time ago.
Yeah. Did
Long
you
time
like it?
ago.
I mean, Danny DeVito's my man, so I'll I think he's a great director as well as he is as a human being and just a character actor. I think he's amazing. And Matilda, I'm a Roald Dahl boy as well. I read everything Roald Dahl as a kid, and yeah, Matilda's probably the best adaptation that ever come out of a Roald Dahl book, actually. Um, Sorry, Wes Anderson. Because yeah, I think Danny DeVito's beaten you. Next up is an old one. I've spoken about in this show before, but Pillow Talk, with Rock Hudson and Doris Day. Kind of a random one. I don't really know much about Pillow Talk, but I will be getting it and we'll be watching it because it's an old classic, an old Hollywood classic, which I adore. This one excites me because I love this movie. I watched it again for the first time in years earlier this year. Jerry Maguire is getting a 4K here. You a fan of Jerry Maguire?
Yeah, I saw that at the cinema when it come out.
Yeah,
Look,
wow, okay.
fucking great movie.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's just, I don't know. It's has all the emotions. Cameron Crowe knows what he's doing, actually. Like, yeah, it's very good. He writes what he knows and he writes it well. We are getting American Pie 2 as well. 26th of August, we'll get that on 4K, which is pretty funky. A bit more of the American Pie gang. The Saint is supposed to be coming in the 26th of August. That might be delayed, but it's here officially as the 26th of August. They only released a Blu-ray of that pretty recently, directed by Australian Philip Noyce. Nice. We are getting another classic, Oliver, the original Oliver from 1968. Um, yeah, not sure what more we need to say about that. Ron Moody, Oliver Reed, Harry Seacombe. Yeah, big cast. Never seen it. I think it's a musical, yeah. But yeah, pretty well renowned and loved movie. I know this one's going to excite you because another Jean-Jacques Arnaud. He's getting a couple of mentions in this episode. Enemy at the Gates, getting its 4K,
Oh,
26th of August. Never seen it. Rachel
that,
Weisz.
oh, you need to check it out, man.
Yeah, well, I think I brought it on iTunes after we spoke about it on the episode that time, and I still haven't gotten to check it out. But what a cast. Joseph Fiennes is cheaper Rafe. Jude Law, Rachel Weisz, Bob Hoskins, Ed Harris, and Ron Perlman. I mean, I do need to check that out for sure. And we're also getting 26th of August. I think this one has also been delayed to early September, but a United 93, which I've spoken about on here too. That's the true story, directed by Paul Greengrass, about the flight that was hijacked on September 11, and the passengers brought it down and sacrificed themselves to save millions, save others. Next one is we're getting a steelbook of Mars Attacks, supposed to be coming in August. I know the slip cover that you've seen online about that is what it is. It just has a plastic slip that covers the steelbook already that reveals the alien underneath. If you haven't seen that, check it out online. Johnny Handsome is getting a 4K release by a lot of people, so we're getting that also too. That's a Studio Canal classic remastered Walter Hill film. Mickey Rourke, Ellen Barkin, Elizabeth McGovern, Forrest Whitaker, Scott Wilson, Lance Henriksen, and Morgan Freeman. And one that took me by surprise that I was unaware of, we're getting Eyes Wide Shut as a steelbook as well as 4K Blu-ray steelbook. I think that's an exclusive. I don't think we're getting a standard of that. Is just steelbook at this moment. But yeah, Eyes Wide Shut. I mean, what more can you say? Kubrick has featured a lot in this episode, hasn't he? Um, he's just maybe the rights to everything just opened up at once. Next one, I'm pumped for this one. Talladega Nights. I'm a Will Ferrell fan. I don't care if you're not. I can see why you might not be, but I love Will Ferrell. He gets me, and I get him. Yeah, I actually watched my stepbrother's 4K a couple of nights ago too, and that's pretty great. Um, but yeah, Talladega Nights getting a steelbook, and it looks pretty cool. Honestly, I'm happy with that. And there are some other things coming soon, which I will get to. Rumored releases. Did you want to talk about any of those while I find that?
I'm pretty keen for Talladega Nights. I
Yeah,
love that movie.
yeah, it's
That's
great.
fucking hilarious.
Yep, I agree.
So,
Totally agree. The scene at the dinner table where um these two sons who are just assholes and Alice Jenny whips them into shape. That whole arc of those is great. I love when the fucking leopard is in the car and he's racing and he doesn't realize the leopard. It's just, oh my God. Gary Cole as his dad is fucking fantastic. Like there's nothing. I mean, Christopher Nolan himself says he loves Talladega Nights, and who are you? Who is anyone to critique what Christopher Nolan likes? He's right. Um, anyway, um, yeah, good choice. Okay, so what else are we talking about here? So with AID taking over Warner, we've seen some Warner titles being mooted as being released overseas, and it is very likely that we will get The Sopranos 4K in Australia. Whether we get the big fat box or an MRA set, toss the coin and see what happens. But yeah, it's logical that we will get these releases that have been announced by Warner. So I'm going to announce them here that they will come later in the year. Um, the other ones will be like Masters of the Universe is an Amazon title, which AID also have. That will come later in the year before Christmas. There's yeah, Friday the 13th is getting a steelbook in October. That is coming. Um, I'm just sorry going through what I can and can't say about a lot of these things. So here we go. Look, a lot of these have been announced already or have been rumored on other websites, so I'm not afraid to talk about them. But Scary Movie, the original Scary Movie is getting a 4K. I've spoken about these on the show. Frankenstein Legacy and the Wolfman Legacy collections will be coming, and I am confident they will come in October. Um, it's also been rumored an American Werewolf in London steelbook will come. Scream 4 coming to Australia. From Dusk Till Dawn, which I've already spoken about. Annihilation has also been spoken about getting a steelbook. Cabin in the Woods, Gone with the Wind will definitely come here. The Lovely Bones, Forbidden Kingdom, Kickboxer, Dreamgirls, Eddie Murphy's Best. No Country for Old Men will be coming September, as I've announced. That'll probably get a slipcover, etc., a bit more fancy release. 28 Days Later, Steelbook is finally coming after 2 years of being discussed and talked about. Disclosure Day obviously will come later in the year, September or October. I'm very keen to see what that looks like. Fast and the Furious original was getting a Dolby Vision remaster. 1994 Street Fighter will get a Blu-ray. Supergirl will obviously come. So these Warner titles will pretty much come. I have spoken about before. It's been announced somewhere else that Interview with the Vampire is getting a steelbook, Little Shop of Horrors, and Mars Attacks. So it's very, very likely that we'll get those at some point this year. Yep. Sorry. We'll also should be getting from Studio Canal, Blood Simple, Papillon, the Dustin Hoffman is the other guy. Is it Robert Redford? It's not Robert Redford, is it? Anyway, Papillon, The Saint, as I spoke about, Chaplin, Star Trek First Contact Steelbook, and the Iron Maiden Burning Ambition Tour will be getting a 4K release here as well. No Steelbook for Australia. As far as TV goes, South Park season 27 and 28 will come together, not individually. He-Man, complete the original series on Blu-ray, the cartoon series, because that will probably go with Masters of the Universe, I imagine. Yeah, that's pretty interesting release. The Shrek, I've already spoken about this before. Shrek remastered steelbook and Shrek 2 will get a standard. Rumors of Hook, Steven Spielberg's Hook will probably come to a steelbook. Donnie Brasco and United 93 coming as well. We'll also with A24, we'll probably be getting the Backrooms as well, which has been smashing off the box office as well. So take those as rumors at the moment, subject to change, subject to not happening at all, but they are extremely likely or to be coming to the country by the end of the year, at least the last quarter of the year. So Q4. That's a lot. It is a lot. And we are pretty blessed. We're becoming more blessed for physical media in the country, thanks to all interactive distribution, I think, for getting those contracts and getting them to the country. Um, yeah. Any thoughts?
It's just epic. Like honestly, the past year at least,
Hmm.
the new releases of 4K in Australia are just booming,
They've ramped up,
and
haven't
it's
they?
it's not just like we have to get imports now. Like we're actually getting a
Mm,
lot more here.
absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, some of it's more overpriced than others, but there's
Mm,
still a lot of well-priced stuff to,
yeah.
for just not the deep pocket collectors to get their hands on.
And you can wait for
Um,
sales too, right? Like, I mean, 20% off is good as a standard sale.
I mean, the JB does like 20% off
Yeah.
pretty regularly, really.
Yeah, and then they add their two for
So,
one type of things, and then you get 20% off the two for ones. I mean, it works out to be pretty good in the long run. And that's why I still think they're priced the way they're priced, because they have to tolerate their margins for those type of sales. I mean, and they're not going to stop those sales happening. So, you know, yeah, some pretty exciting times. Like 20, we said at the start of the year, 2026 is going to be a big year for physical media, and it's turning out to be true. And I think it's still just ramping up. Still waiting for a Lethal Weapon box set to happen, but who knows
yeah.
what happens there? Because I would have thought that would have been announced sooner. But I imagine when once old Dickwit Mel Gibson does his brings out his sequel. Oh, hang on. He is directing Lethal Weapon 5, so probably happen maybe when that comes out, so to piggyback and slipstream off that release. But he's working the two Passion of the Christ movies first, I think. So, yeah. Yeah, lots to come. And if you check the Easy DVD website, as I always say, they tend to put up their releases sooner than JB do. There are a lot of steelbooks coming at the end of August as well. Like we've got Hunt for Red October and the Untouchables steelbook coming, as well as Talladega Nights all on the same day, I think. Practical Magic is getting its 4K release. That's on the Easy DVD website at the moment. Greenland 2, I think that's only getting a Blu-ray. Hokum, which I did see Hokum. I thought Hokum was pretty good. And I watched Power Ballad during the week as well. Have you heard of Power Ballad? That's
I saw the preview for that
it's good fun.
a few months ago, and I thought
Hmm.
it looked really good.
It is really good. It's John Carney always works in music, and I think it's coming through Madman. Yeah, it's a Madman release. So I had a lot of fun with Power Ballad. Actually, it was pretty impressive. So yeah, and like I said, Marty Supreme also is coming 29th of July, so end of the month. That's going to have a slip cover. It looks pretty funky to me. It looks pretty cool. I'm happy with that. And They Will Kill You, which is one of my favorite movies of the year, will also be coming end of this month. That's Zazie Beetz. I fell in love with Zazie Beetz because I watched Atlanta, the Donald Glover show on Disney Plus. If you haven't seen it, absolutely check it out. Zazie's awesome, and she's so fucking good in this movie as well. I love seeing her as a leading woman, just kicking ass. 100% recommend you check that out. It's on HBO, mate. Now, like, you should watch it. It's if you like Ready or Not, absolutely watch They Will Kill You. It's hella fun. And it's got some great cinematic scenes in it, just epic action as well. Like it's a blast. I'm super keen to get that on physical. Um, that's a lot of them. Freaks and Geeks also getting a Blu-ray release. The original series. That's an imprint. That's $73 though. So yeah, it's a bit nasty. And yeah, I mean, I think I can end it there. Did you want to add anything?
No, I don't have anything else to chuck in. Um, that's just an epic fucking list of
Yeah,
what's to come. I mean, we're
absolutely.
only into July. I mean,
Yeah.
we've still got like 5 months to the end, and
Mm.
I'm sure it's going to be massive, like we said it would be.
Yes. I mean, my things I'm looking forward to the most, I think, is Dusk Till Dawn. Is a big one, and the Cable Guy, which still hasn't been officially announced as coming to the country, but it will. But those two I'm frothing over big time. Yeah, Dusk Till Dawn in 4K. Like I told you before, I have Dusk Till Dawn on iTunes, and that's already in 4K on there, and it looks fantastic. And it's going to look even more fantastic on an actual disc. So yeah, keen. All right, we should wrap it up. You can catch Shane at Blu Relic Hunter on Instagram. You can catch me at KerbRider_screen time on Instagram or KerbRider on Letterboxd. We are a part of the SPDM podcasting crew, and you can catch us wherever you get your podcast. And yeah, keep sharing us, keep liking us, keep subscribing, and tell your mates who are into physical media where they can get the scoops and the good dirt on physical media coming to the country, and hopefully a few laughs along the way and some really valid talking points that you guys can what am I saying? Expand upon. Feel free to reach out into our DMs, my DMs, if you want to. Yeah, ask questions, share what you know, share what you love. I'm always going to be there at some point to answer you back. So yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Again, thanks for the people who are sharing us out amongst the wider tribe, and enjoy your July, enjoy the rest of your year, and we'll see you next month for another physical media rundown. Until next time, bye bye.
Yeah.